So let's get into these cabinets. Nope. We already did the cabinets. Let's get into these countertops. So I am doing a faux granite countertop. Now, first things first, don't pour your paint on the counter. I just did that and I almost regretted it, but I fixed it and it's okay. So I'm going over the counter with gray, which this is actually Kills latex primer sealer stain blocker. The reason that I'm doing gray first is because this comes in white. I needed something that was a glossy surface primer, which this says it's a glossy surface primer on the back. And it comes in white. White, you cannot tint black. I needed a black base. White, you cannot tint black. So I have some black paint that I'm going to put over this, but I didn't want to put it over the white and the white possibly bleed through. And I've done this before with something else that I painted some time ago. So I'm using the gray first. And I am putting it down. I'm probably going to let it dry overnight. I did my cabinets earlier today. I stained them. There's a video on that. So I'm pretty much tired of painting. I've been painting all day. It took me 10 hours to do my cabinets. And so now I'm trying to do this, and I'm trying not to get it on my cabinets, which are still wet. But I'm going in with the gray. And then when I come back, I'll be going in with the black. Bow. All right, so we painted our countertops gray. They are all dry. Now I'm going in with my black. And I will say this, I'm not very pleased with this color black. To me, it's more of a charcoal, a dark charcoal color, but it's just an undertone anyway. So I think I can get away with it. I told y'all yesterday not to pour it on the counter, and I poured it on the counter. But this is what I'm using. Glidden Premium Flat Paint, if my camera will focus. It's the interior paint and primer. So that's my base up under, well, over this gray, but up under the Faux Granite. And I'm just painting it on. I need you guys to realize that when you do start, if you do start, this is the first actual paint that I'm using. The gray was a primer. Oops, sorry. The gray was a primer. The stain, if you watch my other video from the project that I'm doing simultaneously, the stain is a stain. So this is going on a lot different than everything else. I feel like maybe I should have rolled this on, but it's okay. I'm almost done. So I will check back with you guys. So I'm all finished painting on the black. And I do want to note that even though I was just throwing it on there and getting full coverage, I am going back over with my brush because I don't ultimately know how it's going to dry, and I want it to look uniform. So I'm going in a vertical stroke back and forth, just in case you'll be able to see the lines. This is the first time for me, so I don't know how it's gonna look. Last night we had a really, really bad storm, and this window was open, so the countertop got wet because, I mean, it was a bad storm. It was a tornado, y'all. And so water got in, and it happened so fast that by the time I came down to close it, it was already a little bit wet. So it dried most of the way. I was going to try to paint this last night, but because of the storm, I didn't. But like right here, I'm sorry, right here, I have a lot of extra paint. So I'm going to have to find a way to put that back in the bucket. Also, you want to make sure that you don't have extra paint if you have a counter made like this, because you don't want it to pool right there. And see, I see a little bit of pooling, which I know is kind of hard to see because it's dark. Also, you don't want to forget your sides, to paint your sides. It's nothing like completing a project and then realizing you didn't complete anything. So here's my counter. Excuse my sink. That's all the stuff I've been using. Y'all know I just redid my my cabinets yesterday. So all of this stuff is stuff that I had to move to get this done. So this is where I am.